There's always something going on around here. So we had a water leak at my grandma's old house, and trying to find that leak, we accidentally caught the water line and made another leak. So got ourselves a mess.
Yeah, I got so many leaks.
So making the best out of a bad situation, what we're gonna do here is, so this line right here, this is the one that goes up to the road and to where the actual meter is for the water, like the city water. And this line here is the one that goes over to the bunkhouse, and the water lines ends over there. So we're gonna put a plug on this side here, and then we'll go back to where the meter is up over there by the road, and we'll see if the meter's still running. So at least that way, if the meter's still running after we plug this, we know our water leaks from here up to the road and over to my grandma's old house. And if the meter isn't running after we plug this, we know the water leak is from here over to the bunkhouse. So that's what we're gonna do. We're just trying to find a plug, or my dad's trying to find a plug real quick, and we'll plug this end here and then see if we still got a water leak. So it's May 7th. We're getting a little bit of snow and rain today. A little bit chilly. So I figured it'd be a good day to get our maintenance done on this Allis-Chalmers 175. So we're just doing like the basic maintenance on this. I already changed the oil. I'm gonna change the fuel filters, clean out the air filters, blow out the radiator. I got a new hydraulic filter for it. And then we'll grease her up and call her good. Nothing too crazy going on with this one today. Just, like I said, your basic maintenance going. So, like I said, a good day to be inside, not having to deal with the snow and the rain. So I forgot to give you guys an update on that water line we were working on yesterday. So, like I said, we plugged that one end that comes from the road, and we turned the water back on. And sure enough, we still had a leak. So we know the leak isn't from where we broke that line at to the bunkhouse. So we know the leak's from there back to my grandma's house somewhere. And so we just kind of left it to that for the day, and we'll get there. We'll figure something out and decide what we want to do. We know that line that's going to my grandma's old house is all old galvanized pipe, and we're thinking about just digging the whole thing up and putting in that plastic line, and then we wouldn't have to worry about it again. So that's where that ended at. And I said we're still working on this, just chugging away, getting close to being done with this one, and then after I get this one done, I'll go grab the green Deutz-Allis tractor with the loader. We'll get her in here and get that one maintained too. So we finished up with the Allis-Chalmers 175. I moved on to this Deutz-Allis 7085, and kind of the same thing, just basic stuff: oil changes, fuel filters, hydraulics. I'm not changing the hydraulic filter this year. I changed it last year. But we're just, checking levels, all that kind of stuff. We'll give her get her cleaned up a little bit. So one thing I always like to check for is this kind of stuff. So over the winter or something, at some point, something built a nest to grass in there or hay. And it's definitely something you want to stay on top of, especially with these Deutz-Allis tractors. So something interesting about these Deutz-Allis tractors is they don't use coolant. So there's no radiator in this Deutz-Allis. So this is a German-made tractor and a German engine, and everything's air cooled. So they got this big blower on the front, and it just blows air. There's a bunch of fins and stuff inside the engine, and so everything's just air cooled. So you want to make sure you keep your engine nice and clean and not all that stuff piled up on there. But so it's kind of interesting. You don't really see many of those that don't have, antifreeze and radiators on them. I'll pull these covers off and I'll show you the outside of this engine looks like with all those fins. I'll clean up all this hay and whatnot, get that out of there. So I'm pretty sure I found the culprit for all that hay stuck up in here. Let's see if I can grab him. There he is, Mr. Mouse. I'm sure that light's still on, it's blinding me. I'm sure this guy got, built that nest up in there, and we just ran the tractor one day and probably cooked him out, roasted him to death, I'd imagine. So you can hear all the snow and them pellets, all this rain or pellets or whatever you want to call it. Another beautiful day, another beautiful spring day in Wyoming. Like I said, it's May, I think it's May 14th today, still getting snow. So I took the cover off the side of this engine just to show you guys a little bit better what these look like. So each one of these are individual cylinders. So you look down, so this is a 4-cylinder diesel engine. It's got a Bosch fuel injector pump, fuel pump, injector pump, whatever you want to call it. And so, yeah, that's what they are. Like I said, this is an air-cooled engine. So this is your oil cooler here. This big block, this here is your oil cooler. So that, and there's the fan up in the front. So, yeah, that's what they are. Like I said, they're pretty neat. So there's a guy called DeBoss Garage, and he actually did a pretty good video on these Deutz-Allis tractors, and he's a lot more mechanically inclined than I am. And I'll put a link for his video down in the description in case you guys are more interested in these Deutz-Allis air-cooled diesel engines, or Deutz engines, I guess. So yeah, we're moving right along with her though. Got it cleaned out pretty well, and just need to grease her up, and when it warms up we'll probably give her a little bath, but for now we're just gonna blow all the dust out and get that engine nice and clean, and like I said, we'll just grease everything up and probably call this one good until we can get her going on the pressure washer. Blows air all over all these fins and through that oil cooler. Yeah, it works pretty slick. So here's a wrapper. I'll show you. It's pushing quite a bit of air through there. Pretty cool engines, those Deutz engines. So like I said, we've got this 7085. That's a Deutz engine. Then we got that bigger 9130. That's also a Deutz engine. And that big orange tractor that's hooked up to the ton baler. So that one out there under the shed, that's a 130 horsepower tractor, and this one's a 85 horsepower tractor. So like I said, we've got a couple of these Deutz engines around here, and we've never had any problems with them. We've been really happy with them. So let's finish up on this one and get her out of here. So when I was greasing things up, I saw that we got a pretty good sized crack here. And our little sleeve there's busted off. So I'm gonna need to take this hydraulic ram off. So these pins on this loader, luckily they just pop off, so I can just pop this pin off and lower that ram down and lay it down. Then I can get in there and get a good weld on that. So yeah, I'm glad I saw that. This one up here, this one broke on me once 2 or 3 years ago. The whole, like right in here, this whole loader arm right here broke inside here where this pin is. So maybe this happened when that broke the other year and I just didn't notice it. So we'll drop this ram and get that welded up. And I got another crack on the other side, kind of similar. I'll show you. You can kind of see right here, that one's starting to crack a little bit too. So clean this up and get those both welded up, and this one will be done. This, yeah, Deutz-Allis 7085 will be all done. What's going on that? So we got that sleeve, that collar welded back up on the tractor. She's all good to go. Just down here feeding the cows. A bunch of calves right here. So look right here, here's calf number 1. It's our first calf of the year. Yeah. So it's a really nice day today. I didn't bring a whole lot of hay down here because the grass is starting to come up in this pasture. I'm just kind of supplementing the cows a little bit because they're eating a lot of this grass. So I just brought down a little bit of hay just to, you know, keep them somewhat more full. But yeah, we're done for the night. Gonna head home and get some dinner. Yeah, so that's it for the day. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and have a good night.